Here and there. At first I'm oh so serious, then I'm lighter than the air, changing what we breathe to make you know there's more out there. You know it's also endless, but here it is exposed, in the form of someone's voice that sounds more like a soul. Tell the world I'm faking, a psychotic playing games, and if I hear you speak at all, I'll leave or spin and stay. And then I'll start dancing, though no music is around, but every heart that has a beat is always making sound. Every eye that gives a glance can sound like violins, and every breath you're yet to take can feel just like the wind. By now you're either hugging me, dancing to the air, or you think you're so confirmed and I should be in there. Somewhere cold and somewhere dark where maybe I'll grow old. But darling dear, that's where you are, my heart is filled with gold. My arms are forged desire, my feet are arrowheads, my ears are honing missiles towards the living and the dead. Either way, if I respond, I'm only giving life. Otherwise, I'll sit alone and that's when I'll write. Or maybe I will draw, electricity exposed, into paths made out of dreams, into roads made out of hopes, into highways yet to reach the furthest line of coast. Still, you might be thinking, this guy's a clueless fool. He still thinks that life is grand. He's never been burned. But girl, I walk on fire. I swam in frozen ice, not because it sounded fun, but because I rolled the dice. And I kept on throwing till I got what I desired. And what that meant is I had to stop and sit as I got higher. Then I had to dive head first from a height that has no bounds. I had to crash not just to Earth, but through it and around. Every single galaxy, every hidden star. They showed me that we're all the same and most hear false alarms. Most cling to what they hate and certainly despise. The few that go beyond them, cruelly criticized. And while some will let it beat them, the powerful emerge and know so well how to deal with someone who's been burned. Because all it takes is letting go of your thoughts, which all are small. Even the loftiest of them all pales to what we call bigger than our hearts, bigger than our world, bigger than the yet explored or known of universe. And it's not all on you. It's on those like me who see everyone so clearly and still think it's a dream. Realer than at night, constant every day. It's up to us to make you stop and see that it's okay. It's more than just two letters. It's every single word. There's no cap to what will fit, no matter what you heard. Now I'm playing music. It'll make you laugh and cry. I'm here and there and everywhere, and I'll accept it more in time. Future talk. All the future spinning mad, laughing out of me. The past of doubts, a trail that follows, down and out of reach. Exploding visions twisting out of suns and stars and moons. Out my eyes, through my ears, while I'm just in my room. Others jumping on the screen, showing what's behind their scenes. From their brains, on the floor, gaining ground until they roar. Flashing bells and crazy sirens, busted cops and fire hydrants, spouting out into the street, landing as I hear my feet. Crunching over miles of bones, invisible but not unknown. Climbing hills and finding thrills, playing trills made with my will, shouting, this will never end, 'cause I can see and make it bend. Past the corners dark and told, I never paid, so guess I stole. But that's a lie, my part is free, except for what it took to see, what it took to still hold on while others said I should move on. Ah, that breeze, my heartbeat, from the same wind pulsing trees. The future's bright and burning new, and surprise, surprise, I am too. Light returned. And just like that, the light returned. Violently, suddenly, flashed in a burst, purposely driven to show me its worth. Every last hope to say that this place is governed by magic that kills you to face. And when enough times you've died and you'd fly, you'll cherish the fear from the power of your eyes. We're shown like a mirror to the deep of this land, the vibrancy grown from the stars for your hands. For it's never been gone, you believe the worst. But this time around, no, it's not your first. Now you remember the fear so clearly, and you're seeing its love and its strength got you dearly. Misunderstanding, it meant you no harm, though folded you ways that left both your arms, inside out, inverted and proud, waving forever stored in seconds that hound. And then you're ignited by the light for your eyes, realizing it's you, finally undisguised. Pain. Pain is the purest teacher so long as you don't go cursing or bad luck. Luck is still luck, either way you choose to see it. There's always a lesson to be learned, and when you accept it, well no, it doesn't magically disappear. That wouldn't be the greatest guide in the long run anyway. You need to live with it for a while. The longer you deny it, the more you'll carry it, the more you'll curse it, and the more you'll have the unenviable life of pushing it on to others. But if you do sit in it, wonder, knowing it has within it the exact lesson you need to see beyond your hopes, when it brings you just before the point of tears to say nothing other than thank you, you'll take your time. You won't give it away. And most of the time, the non-life-threatening pain, the pain not the result of your thumb being wedged between a moving boat and a wall, or a horror sport injury, it will 100% heal, or hopefully 99%. The 1% you must carry on your journey. It's bound to repeat, and every time you brush it aside like it never happened, you're asking it to come back, to teach you more and more and more, until it might leave you with a memory that dominates your mind until everything hurts. So don't curse your pain. Forgive yourself if you have. Learn to see why and don't say, God, okay, I get it now, take it away. Learn to have that patience that we all need and so few believe is possible. Learn to be aware of your every action without being so cautious and untrusting that you never take that chance that will definitely redefine your life. You need that risk, and no one takes that chance without facing pain. Only heart. Of course there's a limit, and it's called imagination. Imagine, imagine, imagine. The song says it, the gurus preach it. Some go beyond, of course. The wise tell it to the curious. The prizes are awarded to those delirious, and foundations are formed to acknowledge those far too serious, or who can joke wonderfully well through a veil of non-sincerity. The only infinite reality exists in the amount that each human can let go, to feel their heart, to follow life beyond words and hopes, the abandonment of all convention, repetition, and no matter how off kilter, to leave out those who carve their own paradise into a forgotten hillside. The only infinity exists in our unconsciousness. Be conscious, the awakened preach and wave like a stick that if you don't agree with glossed over eyes will turn into a stick that will beat you till your soul who clenches would die. The unconscious contains your dreams. It busts every seam that we can acknowledge and assimilate into a cold hard truth. It disintegrates all possibility that limits you and leaves only the truest self, incapable of believing anything other than life beyond manufactured peace. To do this, you pass many hurdles. You pass countless people who, after your first few steps, yell without raising their voice that you can't already run, so stop and stop now. You're doing it wrong anyway. Oh brother, let me show you. Then they show you by drawing diagrams, making you watch videos of countless people talking about nothing that has anything to do with your future. And when you eventually push them away, they give you that stare that says, you're making a huge mistake. I'm the one who can set you right. And it's in this moment you listen to that unconscious self that instantly reveals that these people are lying, first to themselves and by consequence to you. You see through them so deep that they seem to exist. Their words don't leave their mouth. Their hands are clenched and you realize their eyes stop 5 feet in front of you. The only infinite is what we can't see, and you only get far enough to make an impact when you finally accept that the fact that you want nothing other than to be blind. Blind to the end, aware of the start, filled with absolutely nothing, except your heart. Crazy old stars. All the people form a crowd except for friends of mine. All of us, whoever we are here to brighten time. 'Cause though our world is spinning well, we talk of pains outgrown, while all the people out in front have nothing new to show. So one day, when their ruling ends, who'll be left in charge? All of us who turned around and listened to the stars. Pinned down. Do you finally get it? Do you see why you're still here? After school, before the rule resumes that takes your fear? No, you don't, and that's the reason why you even stay. Still you're waiting, thinking I'm the one who has to say. You're here because your mind is gone, racing other streets, and not the ones your infant soul and it alone can dream. Partially it's true, no doubt, you caught a single fish, swimming up the stream that life has deemed to be too rich. And you in your idleness from watching those who've grown, not in endless ways, just the ones that make you old. You thought yourself so lucky. I must be thankful, grateful. I must accept that this is all that fits into my stable. And in that moment your heart had stopped, and not 'cause of true love. It cried, you lied, you're just starting to finally rise above. To descend to what you deemed too petty, you would have seen that you are ready. You would have seen your soul unfold, but no, not now. You're admiring a life that's growing mold. You should have turned around and blinked so much more than twice. Then your heart would flutter fast, taking an advice. From a side you've seen before but can't remember when. From the place beyond the beds, beyond our heads, beyond the concept of turning dead. Instead you walked on down the road, found another who confirmed your jokes, laughing, winking. Don't look back, or you'll slide back down the rope. Okay, I think I get it. I see it, why I'm here. I was thinking somewhere else was where I needed, which brought me into fear. And fear that was unteachable because it's not the one to face. It would have told me, and it has, please go the other way. This you know too well. Simply that you're seeing hell, and that's not where you learn to grow, besides the simple word of no. And just like that, I found myself back in my old room, seeing it all different now. No longer flies to shoe. No longer doubts to ponder or broken hopes to hold. Just the fact that me alone can pin down my old soul. Yes, now. With everyone on their phones, their inner timing is off. The Earth's timing is off. Those walking around vibrationally without social media, rah rah rah, and phone sucked-inism, are naked souls in a world of people dressed for winter and the summer, knowing the world is coming together, and bit by bit it is. The keys to unlock this other world are very simple. Eat lighter, live lighter, and work more passionately. Use all your time and fill it in the pursuit of what you love. Start wherever you can, with however small a step, and start now. Lose the how and know the what from moment to moment. No, it never ends. There's no point to reach. There's endless to find, endless to change from fearful uncertainty into absolute knowing, which disappears the instant and comes in with a new limit found that eventually is pushed beyond. There is no limit, and stopping to admire spins you round and around and shoots you out in a haphazard direction. It takes being nowhere but exactly where you are, your subconscious cemented by your most golden future thoughts and founded by the past and all the wild decisions you made to live bravely. Unordinary. Sometimes still I fool myself and think it's all despair, like somehow I will never cross that line from here to there. Where am I, and why is it not where I want to be? As I ask myself again out loud, my tears are pouring free, twirling as they fall, lightly touching down. I don't know who they call, but I never want their sound to ever fully clear, though I know it's necessary, till again I ask myself, is life just ordinary? Last one. Time has come. Time has come and touched us all and brought us to our feet. It's said to go and leave the home we've known and once believed, to run away as far as you can and don't dare looking back, but when you do, 'cause you will, remember, stay on track. Don't go wishing off in wells, they're empty and they're cold, and don't go soaring off in clouds, they're far away and old. Keep your eyes fixed on the road, the one that you will make, and light the fire to fuel your thoughts, for that's all there is to fate.